Welcome back everyone. Today we're diving into an early tier analysis of the upcoming NodKrai region characters in Genshin Impact. Before we begin, let's make one thing clear. This information is based on leaks, community discussions, and patterns we've seen in past updates. None of it is officially confirmed by HoYoverse, so take it with a puff of dandelions in the wind. Light, fun, and not set in stone. With that said, let's break down the roster. For simplicity, we're organizing these characters into 3 tiers. Tier 3 includes solid but not game-breaking units. Tier 2 highlights reliable and widely useful supports. And Tier 1 is reserved for the absolute monsters that could redefine the meta. Let's start with Tier 3. This tier includes Varka, Flinn, Nefer and Lauma. These are all characters who look strong and usable, but they don't appear to drastically alter how you'll build your teams. Lauma is a 5-star Dendro Catalyst user focused on elemental mastery. She's designed to enhance bloom reactions by boosting EM and also providing resistance reductions. That means she makes your bloom and hyperbloom teams hit much harder while helping with overall enemy debuffs. She's reliable, strong, and synergizes perfectly with Hydro and Electro teammates, but she isn't expected to completely flip the meta on her own. Next up is Flinn, an Electro polearm character who looks like a classic hypercarry. He's designed to stay on the field and pump out damage, but to unlock his full potential, he needs strong Hydro and Dendro partners. With the right team, Flinn can output big numbers, but that dependency means he's less flexible compared to self-sufficient carries. Nefer is another interesting Dendro unit, this time as a main bloom DPS. Her entire kit is built around triggering bloom reactions, but once again, her effectiveness is tied heavily to Hydro availability. Without consistent Hydro application on the team, Nefer won't perform at her peak, so she's very dependent on team composition. And then there's Varka, the long-awaited Anemo Claymore character. From what we know so far, he seems like a straightforward bruiser archetype. Big swings, big Anemo-infused hits, and a playstyle that feels satisfying. However, he doesn't seem to bring the same team-wide control and reaction support that characters like Kazuha provide. That means he may be fun to play, but not necessarily a must-pull if you already have strong Anemo supports. One last note for this tier. New Lunar reactions require Hydro and NodKrai citizenship, which makes the free 4-star Hydro Claymore character practically mandatory at launch. Even though her raw damage output is on the lower side, she's your entry ticket to experiencing the new mechanics right away. Just don't expect her to stay relevant once premium Hydro options like Colombina arrive. Now let's move to Tier 2. This tier features Durin and Nicole, and both are expected to be strong, reliable supports that slot into a wide range of teams. Durin is a 5-star Pyro sword user. Early leaks suggest he'll provide off-field pyro presence along with team buffs and sustain. That combination makes him a glue character, the kind of unit that might not carry by himself, but makes every other carry on your account perform better. Durin is shaping up to be a long-term investment that gives your roster flexibility and reliability. Nicole, on the other hand, is a rumored cryo support, and she looks like a versatile multi-tool. She provides utility without demanding the spotlight and seems built to enhance cryocentric strategies. Think of her as a stabilizer for cryo reactions, whether it's freeze, melt, or even physical comps. By slotting in without hogging field time, Nicole gives you consistency and frees up your other characters to do what they do best. And finally, we reach Tier 1. This top tier is reserved for Colombina and Alice. These two are expected to be the big, meta-defining characters of the NodKrai region. Colombina, expected around version 6.3, looks like the key to unlocking the region's full potential. She's rumored to be a premium Hydro support with strong off-field application and resistance penetration. In simple terms, she'll make other characters' reactions stronger and more consistent. Hydro has always been one of the most important elements for reactions, and Colombina is set to elevate it even further. For many players, she may end up being the must-pull character of the entire region. Alice, on the other hand, is expected later in the cycle as a Pyro character, and the leaks paint her as a monster pull. High damage, strong kit design, and a focus on long-term viability. Alice could be the pyro counterpart to characters like Nahida or Raiden, units who define their element and stay relevant for years. She's expected to cap off the NodKrai region with one of the most impactful kits we've seen. Now, of course, there are still some unknowns. Sandrone is one of the biggest mysteries right now. We don't know her element, weapon, or role, which makes it impossible to judge her impact. She could end up in any tier depending on how her kit is designed. There are also questions about Colombina's weapon choice, which could shift how valuable she is for free-to-play players versus those who can chase her best-in-slot weapon. Varka's exact damage output and frame data are also still unconfirmed, so while we know his general archetype, the details will matter. And finally, keep in mind that the free Hydro 4-star's value will drop significantly once Colombina arrives. She's a strong tool for early reactions, but not a long-term staple. So to wrap it up, Tier 3 is your foundation. Strong characters like Lauma, Flinn's, Nefer, and Varka that will help you experience new mechanics but won't completely change the game. Tier 2 is your reliability. Supports like Durin and Nicole that strengthen almost any team. And Tier 1 is your endgame. Colombina and Alice, who look like the meta-defining characters of the region. Remember, all of this is still speculative, and HoYoverse could change things before release. But based on patterns and what we've seen so far, this gives us a good roadmap of what to expect. That's the full NodKrai tier breakdown. If you enjoyed this analysis, make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and hit the bell so you don't miss future updates. We'll be covering builds, farming routes, and in-depth guides once these characters are released. Thanks for watching and good luck saving your Primo Gems.